Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here with a person you might recognize. It's Edmund Bartlett, who's the Minister of Tourism for Jamaica. Now, why are we talking to the minister today? Last week Jamaica introduced a brand new program that to help make travelers much more confident in going into Jamaica. It's called Jamaica Cares. It's a traveler protection and emergency program, and we're going to talk about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Minister, first of all, how are you and where are you?
Well, I'm great, and I'm in the beautiful, warm, sunshine island of Jamaica.
And we all wish we were there right now. And I know you have...
absolutely, and we're waiting on you.
Yeah, and JPEX would be coming up, but we're going to be doing that virtually, I think, next week, as everything has gone virtual. I think there's nothing left that's live anymore. It's pretty nuts. But now let's talk a little bit about this new Jamaica Cares Traveler Protection and Emergency Services Program. Can you briefly describe what this program is all about and what it offers visitors?
Yeah. Well, James, the attitude of travelers today indicates safety is the utmost concern.
Mm-hmm.
So PricewaterhouseCoopers, for example, did an international travel sentiment survey, and it revealed that safety is paramount to consumers when making travel decisions, and that they are willing to pay for it. So to answer the concern for safety, the Global Tourism Resilience and Crisis Management Center here in Jamaica launched Jamaica Cares.
Mm-hmm.
It is a groundbreaking travel protection and emergency service program that provides visitors with services including cost of medical care, evacuations, field rescue, case management, and patient advocacy in all circumstances up to and including natural disasters. As it relates to COVID-19, the protection plan also covers testing for symptomatic travelers,
mm-hmm.
quarantine isolation in a medical facility or in sanctioned quarantine facilities, and evacuation if necessary.
Now, you can get that testing in Jamaica, or you have to get it before?
You can get it in Jamaica, but preferably you can get it before. But primarily, we are interested when you come here if you are symptomatic.
Right.
And then the test will flow, yes.
And then, of course, the coverage. I believe you have pretty substantial coverage, both in terms of the international health coverage and the on-island coverage. I think the amount is pretty large, and also for repatriation for those who have to go home.
Yes, the Jamaica Cares program consists of three components, James. One, the Global Rescue Cooperative Services, which is not insurance, and that includes case management, advising logistics, field rescue, evacuation if needed, and repatriation. And then if a medical emergency occurs on the island, domestic health coverage will be provided by a local insurer with a limit of up to $50,000 US.
Mm-hmm.
And thirdly, in the event of a medical emergency off island during your travel, international health coverage is provided by a global insurer with a limit of up to $100,000 US.
Nice.
This component also provides up to $5,000 US in trip interruptions in case you incur losses involving travel arrangements due to emergency.
Okay.
So if repatriation is necessary, travelers who are hospitalized will be transported to the closest port of entry, which is most likely to be Miami, unless other arrangements have been made. I mean, we're looking also at Toronto and so on, but, that will increase in terms of these points as we go along.
Let me get back to the testing a little bit. We did say you could get a test at Jamaica, and I remember early on, you could get the test in one of the airports. Is that still the case, and how quickly is the turnaround now?
Right. So as a COVID-19 test upon entry into Jamaica, as you know, that test is really not part of the Jamaica Cares program.
Mm-hmm.
At this time, travelers from locations deemed high risk by the Ministry of Health and Wellness must take a COVID-19 PCR antigen test within 10 days of their anticipated travel to Jamaica.
Okay.
Negative test results along with the name of the testing lab and proof of lab accreditation, must be presented alongside each traveler's travel authorization form prior to boarding a flight to Jamaica and again on arrival. Essentially, what we're saying is that you have to have a negative test, you show it to the airline, you board, and then when you come to Jamaica, you show us that you have it and you're good. Mm-hmm. So travelers requiring pre-testing will still be subjected to health screening and risk assessment at the airport. Result of this screening will determine the need for additional testing upon arrival. Suppose pretty much it explains itself. So should a traveler becomes ill during their visit, a COVID-19 test along with necessary quarantine or isolation accommodation would be provided as part now of the Jamaica Cares program.
Okay. Now, what are the costs to visitors for this program? And I believe every visitor does have to do this, right? Even if they have travel insurance?
Yes, the Jamaica Cares program is mandatory for all non-Jamaican passport holders, regardless of their existing insurance status. The fee of $40 is included as part of the country's travel authorization application on visitjamaica.com and the triggering automatic participation in the traveler protection program. And I think that's an important point to consider there. There may be adjustment in terms of that at a later date, depending, of course, on the technology that is going to be applied.
Sure, absolutely. And obviously the testing and everything else is getting more sophisticated. So, hopefully, and faster, which is even more important. Now let's go back to how this program originally was devised. I know you were really responsible for the creation of this Global Tourism Resilience Crisis Management Center a while back. I think it was mostly in response to hurricanes and things like that. And you helped create this down in Jamaica. And then, of course, this has led ultimately to the creation of Jamaica Cares, correct?
Yes, absolutely, James. So at the core of the Global Tourism Resilience and Crisis Management Center, which I created, is a commitment to serve the worldwide travel industry by facilitating planning and preparation for crisis response, recovery, and resilience issues. And just to quickly indicate also that to track disruptions, to mitigate, to manage, to recover swiftly, and to thrive after. This is a very important mandate of the center which we established. So we have been in discussion with various programs for the past 2 years. And so this particular program, Jamaica Cares, was created through a partnership coordinated and administered by the center with the Global Travel and Tourism Resilience Council, Global Rescue, and leading international and national insurance companies. Mm-hmm. So as COVID-19 is once in a lifetime global event, and we hope it won't ever happen again, as you know, we thought that the time is right to introduce this program, not only to enable Jamaica's ability to restore travelers' trust from this event, but also as a blueprint for other destinations to follow suit.
Well, I do want to talk about that in a second, but let's talk a little bit about this company that I had actually not heard of before, Global Rescue, and tell us a little bit about that company, because they're the ones that are furnishing the coverage, and they're actually based here in the U.S., but I think a lot of people don't know them, and they may not be as familiar with it. So if you could tell us a little bit about Global Rescue.
Okay, so Global Rescue is the world's leading provider of medical security, evacuation, and travel risk management services. They specialize in identifying, monitoring, and responding to client medical and security crises, and have a proven track record that includes more than 20,000 cases worldwide. They are always responding to global disasters, primarily tsunamis. They were in Thailand, earthquakes, they were in Haiti, and a number of other disruptive events across the globe. So now involving with healthcare, along with Johns Hopkins University and some local providers there, they are helping to create a new frontier in terms of visitor care in tourism.
No, it's great. And now you're kind of the launch with this program. What is the effective date of this program for visitors entering Jamaica, or what was it? Maybe it's already passed. But
Right. We've not finalized the effective date,
okay.
but we're expecting later this month. We're looking at somewhere before Thanksgiving or thereabout. So we take the preparation and training period required, for example, so that the program can in fact be effective. And this is very important for us. Indeed, we take the program extremely serious, as you know, and we will announce the start date once we are certain the training of personnel and the establishment of the resources not only meet, but exceeds the expectation of our guests.
Okay, so we can expect it later this year at some point, but just not exactly sure when. Let's talk a little bit about what you just mentioned, and we were talking about it in your recent press conference on this. Have other Caribbean islands and other destinations expressed interest in this kind of program, in what Jamaica Cares, and is this designed really to be a solution not just for Jamaica, but also for other destinations worldwide?
Absolutely, James. Jamaica Cares was created at the heart of the solution, of course, was for destinations worldwide to restore traveler confidence. So the speed of the recovery of tourism was critical to us. And we wanted to provide a traveler protection solution that would make destinations more resilient in the face of other future disruption. Because this has been, my vision and the direction that we have been following. With that, the center, along with other partners, designed the program so it could be adopted and adapted as well by other destinations. And I'm sure that this will lead to greater strength of their respective tourism economy. So we have already been getting calls from our neighbors because they want more information about it.
Sure.
Because they think that this is an important part of the health protection coverage that could be provided in the industry.
Absolutely. Now, I also noticed at the press event you had last week, Gloria Guevara, who is the president and CEO of the World Travel and Tourism Council, was at the conference. And when you announced the program, has WTTC endorsed Jamaica Cares as a good solution for the problem we have here now?
Absolutely. And Gloria is a great friend of all of us, and certainly a friend of Jamaica. The WTTC is, of course, a globally recognized leader within the travel and tourism community, and it is in support of Jamaica's care. So based on the belief that the program will help restore travel confidence and aid in the recovery of the sector. Indeed, one of the takeaway points from her presentation was that every destination should have a program like this.
No, absolutely. And I assume, WTTC has been doing these stamp of approval for countries as well. They keep on adding more and more. I don't know if Jamaica is on that yet or not. I assume
we're among the first.
You're the first. I'm sorry. I forgot.
We're the third country because we completed our protocols, and they were really robust protocols which got the acceptance of the global community and the safe travel stamp of approval by the WTTC.
No, that's great. Now, let's just talk a little bit about tourism numbers for the past few months, 3 months or so, especially the numbers from the U.S. Are you seeing a bit of a tourism comeback, or are the numbers still a little weak? And also, I guess the corollary to that is I would assume you hope this Jamaica Cares can help boost those numbers as travelers feel much more confident in going to Jamaica.
Yeah, absolutely. In the past 4 months, arrivals to Jamaica have been very encouraging, I must say. With the destination welcoming in total visitors 211,000 so far. From the outset, Jamaica adopted an aggressive approach, as you know, towards mitigating the spread of COVID-19. Our Ministry of Health and Wellness implemented stringent protocols and safety measures for residents and guests alike. And accommodations and attraction had to be certified COVID compliant in order for us to welcome visitors. Jamaica also took an innovative approach to reopening its borders with the creation of a resilient corridor, and we afterwards had resilient corridors encompassing key tourism regions. These corridors have allowed the destination to manage exposure between international visitors, tourism workers, and residents. And we trained over 50,000 of the workers in the industry to understand and to be able to manipulate COVID security equipment and to use PPEs. And that's very, very important to not only securing the well-being of the visitors, but protecting the life and welfare of the locals as well.
Absolutely.
So there has been 0 reported transmission in the corridor, and that's a very significant achievement, I believe. Now, at the center, it is our view that these actions, coupled with the added assurance of Jamaica Cares, will further boost our traveler confidence in visiting Jamaica. So you're right, Jamaica Cares will be a big boost to the arrivals in our country.
No, absolutely, and I do hope so. And hey, it's got me. I would have gone before, but Jamaica Cares is another thing that is makes me much more confident to get there. And I'm coming from COVID Central here in the United States, so we're a little different here. I mean, now the final question is: where can travelers, and of course my audience, travel advisors, go to find out more about Jamaica Cares and what it offers, and to make sure that they know how to sign up for it?
Well, to begin with, James, publications such as yours, and I think these are vital vehicles for spreading the word about Jamaica Cares. It is through these trusted sources and from our dedicated team members, travel advisors, and so on, and we will be educating them about how and why Jamaica Cares will benefit all those who are coming to Jamaica. So further, our partners, the Global Travel and Tourism Resilience Councils, has loaded information on their website, resiliencecouncil.com. And then we have travelers and travel advisors who can go to our center's website at the gtrcmc.org. I want to repeat that, the gtrcmc.org, to find out more as we continue to roll out the program. I can tell you the enthusiasm for consumer calls indicated are pleased with the program. We're very excited about it. Everybody who has called so far has indicated how much they think it is a great innovation, and it will add so much to visitor confidence in travel today. So we have people asking to access the program, believe me, before it has even gone live.
Well, I'm sure they're very interested, and we will have that URL for those websites on the screen and also in the description above of this video. So hopefully they will go to there and find out more about it. Minister, I want to thank you for taking the time to talk. We did a story on it, but I wanted to have people hear it directly from you about how this is going to work and how it's going to hopefully restore confidence in travelers going to Jamaica in the future, although I know you're getting a few and a number of them now because Americans are really starved to travel, believe me. But hopefully this will make it that really make Americans go even more to Jamaica. I know I'm ready to go now.
Thank you, James. Thank you so much, and thanks for the partnership.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.